Hi, I'm Kevin.
Hey, Kevin.
I love you guys.
Thanks, buddy.
I got a question for Rich.
All right.
I've been curious for the last 2 days
A few days.
about what drugs are up Rob's ass.
Oh, that's a fair.
Well, I got these for you to try out.
Okay, what are they? Bring them up. They're rubber gloves?
Yes. Can you find out what they are and tell us, please?
Yeah, okay. We can do that. We can do that. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. Safety first.
I gotta think, guys.
This is great. Now hold on, Robbie. This is just rubber gloves.
Oh, no.
Let me tell you something. The man asked a legitimate question. Here, you can have one in case you want to. What?
This is one of those scenarios.
What?
Where you have created lie out of thin air that has nothing to do with anything, and now it's a thing. It's reminiscent of the Rob hates Perth thing, where we're all of a sudden Rich decided, I hate Perth, Australia, city I've never been to. I don't have any opinion, but I love everything, so I'm sure I'm gonna love it. And Rich says to the people of Australia, this man hates Perth, and now there are t-shirts. Google Rob hates Perth, and you will see a slew of t-shirts, and you ask
High
this
quality
man,
shirts, nice shirts.
and you say that, and he's made half of them, and you say to this man, why did you just say that? And he's like, hey man, no, we're all curious why you hate Perth. Now, the drugs up the butt thing.
Here's the thing.
And you're giving me a full cavity search in front of the 5 people of Pittsburgh.
I'm trying to answer a man's question.
All right,
He wants to know what narcotics you keep up the shoot.
all right, let's do it.
That's not unreasonable. It reminds me of rubrics.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, we'll move on for the Rob narcotics
No,
native
please,
question,
by all means.
but it's one of those things at this point. It would be great if you're
Flowers.
like, yeah,
Rabbit.
Tylenol bottle,
It's really not much, guys. Advil.
a pharmacist. Hello. Thank you for getting me out of this bottle.
Claustrophobic in there.
The drug in your bottom thing, I don't know how it started. I don't know how it started. I don't. It
We
happened at
might
a
have
convention.
been in a city that was drug friendly, say Seattle,
Makes sense.
that where pot is legal.
Right. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like you do, it came around to I've got it in my butthole.
And there was a song that came out of that
I think
about
there's a song.
Bobby drugs in the butthole, Bobby, something like that. Bobby
No,
drugs
it's
in
an
your butthole.
instant hit.
Bingo bango babo.
But yeah, you actually made up a whole. Like there was a whole thing.
Yeah.
But was it?
You'll find the thing online. You find the thing for us, and you'll
Just
tweet
search
it out. Yeah.
drugs and Rob's beehole.
I got news for you. If you search drugs and Rob's beehole, prepare for a long feed. It's a lot of. This has come up on stage a lot.
Here's a question. Was it when I got stopped going into England? It might have been that. I got stopped going into England because we were in a band and we didn't have a work permit, so we got deported.
Right.
It was just an uncomfortable, bad situation. That we're just some musicians.
Right.
No drugs involved. Maybe it was that.
I don't know. I just know that now it's become a thing, and now it's one of those things that it's out there, so we can fight against it, but we can't disprove the theory. So we might as well just.
I want this picture online. We're like,
just having an honest conversation. Here's the thing. 2 men in rubber gloves having a frank and honest conversation about the narcotics you keep in your anus. Oh, it's a microphone. Anyway, thank you for the question.
Thank you for the question, and for the gloves.
Thank you for the gloves. The gloves are really nice.
Rich is so great with people. He comes from the Southern family. He's so good at he makes friends. He goes into a CVS and he makes friends with the guy working the counter. I'm very much the opposite. I'm typical Los Angeles guy where I'm like, don't talk to me, oh Jesus, and it's so easy for me to get into that world. And he brings me out of my shell because he's always like, hey Frank, how you doing? The guy's like, pretty good, Rich, how are you? How's the family? I'm like, how do you fucking know each other so well?
It cracked me up. It is funny. Rob's obviously selling himself a little short. He's a very social guy, but it's funny that I do have that thing where I kind of get to know the people in my universe a little bit. And we were in the office when I'm working. I'm like, I need to get my car repaired. And I pulled in, and the mechanic is like, hey, Rich, give her a whirl on the thing, like, you know it, buddy, here you go. He's turning the key, he's like, how do you know you're a mechanic?
Yeah. He's like, hey, Cliff, and he's like, no, don't the keys, I got the spare. Already had them. Walking to lunch with this guy, he's like, hey, Larry, JJ, how are you? Frigga. Like, he knows everybody. You know, how's your mom? He knows every story about everybody.
To get the joke right. How is my hand like a pie?
How?
It's got meringue on it. Right. Hold on, wait for it. Rich, still a few people figuring it out. Think about it, guys.
This is meringue pie.
It's got meringue on it. You got one or you need a second?
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you my son's favorite joke right now.
Let's hear it.
A grasshopper walks in the bar, and the bartender says, hey, we got a drink named after you. And he says, you got a drink named Frank?
That's about as good as my favorite joke is from my punchy partner in crime, my partner in the boxing gym in LA, and he's from Brooklyn, and he talks like this all the time, and people come in, and he goes, hey, what do you call a Spanish guy with a rubber toe? Roberto.
That's good.
Well, hold up. We're not doing this because, Robbie, you got to tell the joke that just makes Brianna mad.
Makes her mad.
I don't know. It's a great joke.
It ages me.
I think also our physical appearance ages us.
That's touche. The gray ages me.
I don't think there's anybody out there wondering how young we are.
This is truly, I was going to say this and then I remembered Brianna hates me when I tell this joke. I don't know why. I think it's a lovely joke. But, and you probably heard it, but a guy takes his dog into an agent and he says, hey, I got a talking dog. And the agent was like, talking dog, huh? He's like, yeah. And he's a talent agent. So anyway, he said, talking dog, yeah, talking dog. All right. So he says, yeah, watch this. Hey, Rover, what's on top of a house? And Rover says, roof. Hey, Rover, what does sandpaper feel like? Rough. Hey, Rover, who's the best baseball player of all time? Ruth. And the agent goes, get out of here, and he kicks him out onto the street. And they're out on the street. The guy's like, bruised up. The dog shakes himself off, and the dog looks at the guy and says, maybe I should have said DiMaggio.
Really pisses Brianna off, though.
She doesn't get it.
Makes her mad.
She's a child.
Okay. The funniest part about rehearing it is thinking how it went the first time.
She was also like, who the hell's DiMaggio? What's her roof?
It would help if she knows the sport. Yo.
Robbie and I went to a party. For starters, we'd had some drinks. Well, no, she asked the question. I
think until the flop sweat story.
No, not the flop sweat story.
Okay.
This is we're at the party, and for whatever reason, Robbie gets himself in a tizzy and storms out of the party because he's been overserved. He's not thinking right. He storms out of the party.
Someone said.
I didn't know what happened.
You missed that. I just tried to use my whiskey as a microphone.
As long as you don't drink the sound system.
Someone said something that knocked my noise out.
Somebody said something that really chapped his hide, and so he stormed out without telling me. He left. He's walking around and doing whatever, and I get at some point later, I'm like, where's Robbie? Talking to some of our friends. I don't know what happened to Robbie. I get a phone call from Rob. Hello? I'm lost, Rich. I'm lost. They didn't treat me right. They crossed the line, Rich. Just stormed out. Now I'm lost, Rich. I'm like, all right, calm down. Can't calm down, Rich. Don't know where I am. Mean streets of San Diego. Susceptible. I'm susceptible. All right, calm down, man. Where are you? I don't know, Rich. The street, in front of a building. I'm like, okay, just hit a flat. I'm going to stay on the phone with you. We need to get you home. Just hail a cab. Call a cab. Stay on the phone with me. Call a cab. All right, Rich. Cab just blew me off, Rich.
bad night. I'm like, just stay on it, see you the next one. I just hailed a cab, Rich, pulled over, Rich. I'm getting in. All right, tell the cab driver what hotel we are. I'm like, all right, I mean, where I am for the party. I give him the address. And he's all right. Takes the cab back. I go out. And I literally went out front. The bartender, like, the bouncer, I walked outside waiting for him. He was like, what are you doing? I said, I'm waiting for my friend. He's stormed out of here. Oh, yeah. Guy? Beard? Yeah, hi? Yeah, he's like, yeah, he's real upset. I'm like, yeah. He said, somebody did him wrong. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's him. He pulls up, gets out. He's like, cab driver, peels out. I'm like, can you read it back? But I don't know where it was, Rich. Got rejected out there, got lost out here. Get me home, Rich. I'm like, all right, let's do it. I hailed a cab. And I'm like, where the hell were you? He goes, I don't know. And so he pulled out the phone that had the Uber. It was an Uber he'd used. That pulled out the Uber information. And I realized that Rob had called an Uber from the front of our hotel. He'd actually gone home. He'd gone back to the hotel, not recognized it, thought he was lost. Caught an Uber back to me so we can catch Uber back to the hotel. Personal favorite. Thank you for the question.
It's kind of a me over serving you story to a certain extent. I travel a lot. I go to a lot of different time zones, and I like to sometimes bring Ambien with me so that I don't have a sleepless night before I have to sing the next day. Rob knows that, and he was like, "Hey man, this was, I don't know how many, 4 years ago?"
Yeah, Rich came the next day, I remember. He had something to do with Ticket Kill. It was just me, you, and Ty Olson.
Yes.
Well, there you go. That's a rock solid start.
Yeah.
So, it's a very long story, but the short version is...
I'd never done Ambien before.
And he was asking me about it, and I was explaining. I was like, hey, and he was like, can I have one? I really need to sleep tonight because we have to work tomorrow. And I was like, yeah, man, of course. And don't put this online. Apparently this is a felony, but whatever. So I was like, yeah, man, of course you can have one. And I was, as I was holding it in my hand to hand it to him, I was like, so listen, they're powerful stuff. Like if you've never had one before, go upstairs, brush your teeth, take a shower if you want to, put on your pajamas, get in bed, check Twitter or Instagram, call the family, turn the phone off, then take it. And Rob goes, I said, buddy, and he looked at me and goes, was that bad? Cut to an hour later. Robbie has a slightly glazed look. Ty Olson is trying to convince me to let him take Rob out on the town in Rome. He's like, man, come on. He's like, he wants to go. And Rob's like, I want to go. I'm fine. We can go. And I'm like, and I looked at him, I was like, Rob, you're not gonna, and then I looked at Ty, and I was like, he is not gonna remember any of this in the morning. He's totally blacked out right now. None of this is happening. And so finally, I
wake up the next morning in my bed.
Well, I put Rob to bed. I told Ty, no, you may not have Rob.
In my memory, I took the thing and said, is that bad? Next thing I know, I wake up.
Don't blister your hands applauding just yet.
It took a long time to get Rob into his room, in bed, I finally did it. I was so proud of myself. I walk out of the room. The door shuts. I'm walking down the hallway. I push the button for the elevator, and I hear, time. And I was like, I give up. I'm going to sleep. I give up.
You were just saying Ty into an empty hallway full of people, no one?
No, he came out and got me.
He doesn't know. Because he doesn't
Yeah, why am I
remember that part
He
of
just
the
said
story.
Ty in front of us.
So Ty says that what happens next, we go in his room, I bring my guitar and said, I'm gonna play you a song. Because he had to send an email about something business-wise. So he's working on this thing. And he's like, after you do this, we're going out. I was like, okay, I'm gonna play you a song. And halfway through this song, I fell asleep on the guitar. I was like, you know.
So Ty did the responsible thing and took you out on the town.
Yeah. It's like teaching architecture. Like on the guitar, and so and then somehow I got to bed. So I woke up the next morning to a phone call from Jason, going, "Just want to make sure you're okay." And I remember nothing. So I was like, "What do you mean?" He said, "Ty was going to take you out of the town, and you were going to let him. Did you guys go?" And I was like, "I don't know. I don't even know if we did." So we were. I was nervous for all that. I had gone out.
You were like, I have zero recollection. And I was like, listen, I don't know what happened, but I know you left your room. That's all I know.
Yeah. So fortunately, it wasn't.
But thankfully, Ty, being one of the boys, he didn't let you off the hook too easily. Because the next morning, he was like, Ty, listen, I don't remember what happened last night. Tell me I just went back to bed. And Ty goes, that's what you want to think, man. That's fine. Sure, you went to bed. Let's just say that.
Good for Ty.